Hello there, greetings fellow humans, here's more Alan Wake of Doom and Insanity, continuing the game. Yes, load game from the hard drive, what else would it be done? Oh well, onward to exploring things. I already picked up that manuscript, but here it is here, and I read it last, or well, I pressed play pretty much last time, function F5, so yep, and we can press this. Can we use the vehicle?
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Yeah, okay. Cool, so we have the entropy device ready, only 12 rounds though, so let's be on the lookout for those emergency boxes.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Yep. It'd be funnier if they had Alice from Resident Evil, though. Let's see. Anything up here? I know I'm just wasting time in in the eyes of some, perhaps, but I want to just check everything possible, hopefully without falling down. But yeah, can't see for sure if that's a paper over there. I don't think jumping that far would be good. We'd be hobbled like in Misery, if nothing else, if we didn't break anything vital. But, well, I mean, in the game it would just go back to last checkpoint. But, yeah, for falling that far, it would not be a good thing. I did know one person who fell 50 feet, but the tree branches broke her fall. That was scary, though. But, yeah. I didn't see it happen. She told me about it. That was just like, well, that's highly improbable, but cool that you survived. But, yep. Anyway, let's see here. Anything? Visitor center. We need fewer velociraptors. Alright. Will we have velociraptors at the visitor center, though? It's like, I didn't even see that. Maybe it's something able to be seen on replay, but... it's like, raccoons usually go in those. Oh, that seems like a great sound. Will we have dinosaurs? That could be extra crunchy, and that's moving on its own. It's like, is this the paranormal? Should we do the whole 1408 thing? You know, like the writer going to the haunted motels and finding one that's an actually haunted one. But yep, that just started on its own. There's no wind, nothing else is moving. It was moving on its own. Wah! I don't know. So there we go. To this zone of doom. Let's see anything else around here. There's looking like a whole bunch of atmosphere, which is nice that there's atmosphere here, otherwise that would suck. You know, there's this Red Dwarf show that had the song, you know, it's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere. It's like, yeah, you gotta wear a spacesuit there. And, well, it depends how close you are to any given star, whether there's coldness outside or, well, in the shadow of something there would be still, but if you're too close you get crispy, like in Solaris. That shows how that can go. Nice and toasty if you don't have mirrors. Kick. Breaking and entering. Yeet past it. It's the birds! Run! Birds are cool though. At least like parrots are. Oh, Night Springs possibly? Let's watch this. Let's get a TV centered as much as possible here.
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes
sometimes the cure is worse than the cancer.
Especially in Night Springs. Tonight's episode, The Man in the Mirror.
Now they start the Michael Jackson song.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Had it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. took your kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sentence really flows, huh? Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must
Extra
have hated
crunchy.
it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
You see, here's the thing.
How about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white shirt when you took him to the game. But the white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
Dun dun
You won't
dun.
get away with this.
Are you sure?
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me? I had plenty of time to talk to my boy before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You
Yeah,
bastard.
time to ventilate.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
You know, with how, like, signing up to the military being the #1 jobs program for those that actually can't. I can't because of Asperger's and ADHD, at least back in 2006. It's like often they have, when looking for work afterwards, non-transferable skills, but it's like, Marines, they at least can do ventilation fairly well, right? Extra ventilated, everything. I was joking. Anyway. My dad was in the Army, not that other thing, though. He was repairing helicopters during the last couple years of Vietnam. He was born in 1954, and by the military's IQ tests, so he was having an IQ of 188. I only have an IQ of 129 at most by one neurological evaluation, although the lowest one was like 114. More poor little birds that get to be possessed in the game here. Here's a manuscript, though, that they highlighted. Oh, did they highlight? Let's see, function F5. Let's see, the sudden stop, Rusty going.
The
Wonderful.
air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Dun dun dun. And function F5 to resume rather than going through all the escape routes. I need to check that garbage can, see if it also has a page, because it was highlighted in a similar manner. I know we're going opposite of the objective, and hopefully we don't get some friends along the way. Well, that's interesting how we run out of stamina like that. It's like, I don't like running uphill either in real life, and there's actually like part of the portion where I walk back home. Like whenever I get groceries after a 2-hour walk, it's really difficult to get, like, the intersection into this residential zone has a really steep incline, so it's like, every step takes way more out of you, especially with a full backpack of groceries. And it's like, oh my word, can this just end already? I'd like to go home. And here's a phone from the 90s. Let's see, 10-10-3-2-1, or what was the thing? Yeah, hiking trail that's locked. Wonderful. Might not be locked later. And do not feed wildlife. $100 penalty. If a crime has a cash amount on it, it's only for the poor, right? That's at least a meme in a video game kind of thing. Which is accurate, actually, because they just pay the penalty and get away with it. The ones who can't afford it anyway. It's just like, oops, little extra. Alright, yep, there's
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury. Rusty, hang on! I'm coming! Please, help me!
It's moving on its own. Run! So how did that happen?
Help me!
Yeah. Chill out. You're gonna go and I'll have to fight you anyway. The joy. Yeah, I hear you. Chill out. Here's a thermos over here. You'll be helped as much as I can. Just wait. It's like we can't go there until we get the key from him. Here's a manuscript, I think so. Let's get that. Yes. We'll help. All the things. Okay, function F5 again. Rusty attacked by the dark presence of doom.
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way. Felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Yeah? That sounds like no fun. But anything I say would be spoilery though. Let's go. There's a paper in there and we can't go while that's still... It's locked. Here. I'll show that though.
The ranger's office was locked. I'd need a key to get in.
So there's Rusty over there. Let's not walk to the 10,000 volt thing of extra crispy doom. That would be shocking.
Hello?
Yeah.
Here. I'm back here. Hey, please help me.
Oh, chill out. Yeah, you'll be helped as much as I can. Just a second. I want to see what can be seen before I go into cutscene mode, though.
I'm hurt. I can't move.
Yeah. I'm no doctor. That's like yeah.
Please help me.
There's a bear. That would be unbearable if it became a shadow zombie. And here's the cutscene now.
Mr. Wake?
Time for someone somewhere random to pretend to own it.
Just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll
The
come back for
dark
me.
inside me
Must-
from the other
The
place.
lights. In the office. I have the key. Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
I think he's done hanging on. And now it's
Whatever
time
did
for
this
Doom.
couldn't
Yay,
be
revolver
far.
again.
Rusty had found a page from
So
the
we have
manuscript.
6 more
It would
rounds.
help me understand what had happened.
Here's a puffer though.
Good boy.
And the cans are disorderly. Can we have a soda though? I'd like a soda. I don't really want to drink soda though. I like not having diabetes. But I sort of want to eat a whole bunch of cheese sandwiches. Which is also probably not a good idea. I keep seeing memes for grilled cheese sandwiches and it's like, my word, so many grilled cheese sandwiches. What the heck? But one of those with like tomatoes and pepper would be nice.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
And fortunately, he's already gone. Pretty much. Come on. It's like we can kick down other doors, but we can't seem to kick down this one. So this would be this here. Alright, function F5 of Doom. So, Wake reaches a safe haven of light.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was
Second
too
to last.
exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
I wish I were as good at riding as that. I can only practice though, and I don't know, the more I try at anything, the less I feel like caring though, because it's like infinite effort, no reward. Oh well. Anyway. Oh yay, we have open sesame, and all they have for their armory is like one box of 38s and a bunch of energizers. At least 11 things of energizers is a good deal for this game anyway. It would be cool if they had like a specifically Alan Wake
It was
flashlight.
too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Like, anyone know what type of light that he uses?
Rusty!
Yeah, it's...
Rusty!
Yeah, that seems like a bad
The ground
day.
was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Probably best to clear it up. Although I'm not going to point and use up the batteries faster, I'm just going to let it use the normal wattage, so it's a little slower, but it still works. Ah, crap. Already started this. Well, there's two. Alright, so there's those guys. Did we clear up that other oil patch? Yeah. Yeah, there's Rusty gone already.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Yep. Is it the mammoth, though? That would be terrific. But nope, doesn't seem to be. On Veritas 399's play, it's like, was there a mammoth? Yeah, please don't. Especially not with humans. Wait, was there a paper there?
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who purchase a park fishing license.
Of Doom. Doom, I say. Doom. Alright, let's see. This is... We only have revolver ammo. That's gonna be fun. Ah, crap.
At all times.
Ah, crap.
Rusty? Rusty, no! Never. Never closer than 100 yards. Two bears and wolves never approached any other wolf
Ah,
closer
crap.
than 25 yards. Pets must be leashed.
Crap, my mouse is acting up.
Leave your
Dang it, dude.
is against the wall. Turn him on. Time is going to Leviathans. Run the park. Or even simple berries.
Come on. Chill out, chill out. But yep, he's turned into the Taken thing there now. Come on. Come on, come on. Recharge, recharge. Eventually we'll get him chilled out where the darkness won't. Dang it! There we go, finally. One thing after another. Oh, come on, and use your now as well. And you're almost ready to go. Come on. Alright, there's that anyway. Let's gather a few more rounds of Freedom Seeds. 42. Life, the universe, and everything of Doom. Doom to Doom, Doom, Doom. Looks like there's a manuscript paper over there. Or at least something. It said... I think it said checkpoint reached, or it's maybe not still. Wait, was this zone we could still go? Oh yeah, that was over here, right? Oh joy. More of this crap. But yeah, it looks like there's a glowing light over there, which would indicate something being there. Visitor Center. Come on. Well, safe haven, right? That's what that is. Not a manuscript paper, it's the safe haven thing. Will this be a checkpoint now? Checkpoint reached. Alright. And I can't face the camera, so no dramatic pause there. I'm just going to stop here, though. Anyway, take care, everyone. And try again to not go crazy.